Hey Tankers, Bonsai Duck here. Today we have a player submission, GAJohnnie from the Western Canadian Turrets and Tracks clan. And GAJohnnie posts on the newcomers forum quite a bit and got into a little conversation with him today about upper tier games. Um, GA is, I think, just getting some tier 9s and tier 10s. So, was asking some questions about how do you know how to, what's a good way to play in an upper tier game? And just some tips and pointers that some of us on the forum might give him. And it started a conversation, and I had a posted up there, that obviously watching videos, like Guido 1212 and other video guys that are out there to help you, and maybe watching some streamers and stuff like that, just to kind of get an idea of how they played. Not necessarily that if you watch Unicom, you're going to play like a Unicom or anything like that, but to try and understand what they're looking at. And the first thing that a lot of them always say is they look at what they're going up against, right? So if we take a look at that and we say, okay, well, we have a T-10, all right, a waffle tracker, defender. If we're just looking at the heavies, we got a T-10, defender, KV4, an ONI. Um, that's pretty much it. The 45 TP, I believe, can be considered a heavy. You got T44, okay. And what do we have over on our side? Well, we got a T10, AMX 5100, ISM, and T28, Tiger One, O and I. Okay, so all in all, heavy wise, we're not doing too differently, right? But the T10 is a fast medium or a fast heavy. All right, so it's really like a heavy medium. It's got good side scraping armor with some spaced armor in through here, but it's got the pike nose, the Russian pike nose, which means it has this big flat plate, which is just a huge weak spot. If you can't really angle it without getting picked in the nose a lot. So what a lot of guys will do is they'll reverse side scrape this thing, but it's got a really strong turret and a good gun. Okay, so fairly fast reload and 122 millimeter hard hitting gun. So if you're headed up to the hill, the first thing, one of the things to think about is that what is the other side doing? Well, their T10, we're not seeing it being spotted anywhere down here. There's your 25. There's the defender. All right. We still haven't seen it. There's the 45 TP, so we know he's not involved. Right? So we still haven't seen him spotted over here by anything. So chances are he's headed up the hill on their side, just like you're headed up on your side, right? Now, like I said, the T10's a fairly fast tank, so you are leaving your partners way behind you, and you're going up here by yourself, pretty much. Okay, so just food for thought. The first thing is take a look at what it is you're battling. All right, if they're all slower tanks, you got a faster tank. Getting up on top of this hill first is probably going to happen to you, or you might run into a medium or something to that effect. The other thing I notice is your pointer, your aim point is staring off into the sky. All right. Um, while I'm driving, I'm looking. All right. I will right mouse click and keep my turret facing to where I think there might be a threat. But I'm always looking, just trying to see what's going on. Trying to stay aware of what's going on. Just but you're obviously you're fixated on what's in front of you and kind of what's up in the sky. So you're heading up this hill. At this point, I would take the pointer and I would start looking around and seeing what's the possibility of me running into what. Okay, is there going to be something here? All right, I got my gun down. I'm looking at the area in case something were to pop up and come at me. I could get a shot on them. You're still looking up at the sky. All right, so all right, you spotted the T10. All right, had you had your pointer over here, knowing that your enemies are going to come from this direction. okay, or here, had you been looking there or something, you could have easily pointed over, throwing your pointer over there, lit him up, maybe got a snapshot off. All right, first hit, first blood, the whole 9 yards, right? But you're focused over here now. Maybe you just didn't realize him quick enough. Having seen the replay already, I knew that it was coming, so that's not fair. But it does beg to say, keep your aim point down where your enemies are going to be at. Okay. All right, because as it sits right now, your aim point is right there. That's where you're aiming. Your gun is doing its little weird thing that all guns do where they get hooked up on the land or the modeling or whatever. But if you were to shoot, it would probably end up here. Okay. But anyway, so keep pulling up. We keep pulling up. All right, he spotted you. You zoom in. He already got a shot into you. He hit a tracking shot. No damage. It's a crit, no damage, right? All right. Okay, so he is doing some side scraping, okay, which is you're going to find that a lot up here. This whole anytime you're playing up at this windmill, it's a lot of side scraping unless you have a good group of tanks behind you that you guys can just bully your way through it. But since you're by yourself, you need to protect your hit points, and that means you're going to need to do some side scraping. If we take the free camera here. And we go over to this guy's side. All right. And we kind of line up where his tank is at, and we can see that his gun. All right, there's his gun. All right. And we just kind of, I'm going to hit play. All right, fall back a little bit. All right, so as it sits right now, you've shown him your lower plate right there because you were side scraping the right way, heading out this way, okay? But then you changed your direction, exposing your front, okay? And he stayed in his side scrape, so all you've got is your side. So just a little angling issue, all right? Back to fixed camera, here we go. And he gets a tracking shot on you, boom, the arty's on top of you, all right? So here we go again. You charge in, get a shot on him. All right, he gets another shot on you. All right, so he's killed your driver. All right, so he's tracked you twice. All right, he's hit you once for 378 and killed your driver. You managed to get him for 384. So okay, that's so far you're almost trading point for point here. Where I think you could have saved some points if you'd have changed the way that you were attacking him. Okay. Your AMX 5100 pulls up, and he drops one into him. That allows you to get a shot into him. That's good. That's good. Remember, at this point, you're still exposed to arty. All right, so you really want to kind of be up against this building here, doing the side scraping on him. He's already falling back. All right, and he's got nothing to side scrape against. Okay, he's already falling back, but that way you can kind of protect yourself from arty. Okay. Pull up, dump another shot into him. That's good. He's busy. All right. Yep. Okay. Now he's down. All right. Your AMX is falling back to reload. Here comes the O&I. All right. Get a good shot into him. All right. You're falling back. He's fired, so he's good for a shot. So you dump another shot into him. All right. So you're watching them. They're firing. Now, at this point, I might have pulled up here and gotten up, use this T-10 to side scrape on, okay? That way, I'm posing a threat to these two. I'm not going to allow them to push up, or they're going to have to start shooting at me, which in turn opens them up to shots from your ISM and your AMX, okay? But that's just what I would have done, okay? Defender's coming up. He's going to try and bully you. All right, so they start shooting at him from the other side. He takes down the AMX. All right, you get a good shot into the defender. All right, you're using the windmill to protect you from the arty, which is good. Get in here again. Just bad gunnery there. All right. All right. Nice shot into the defender. Artie's hitting both of those guys, so you're getting some spotting damage. That's good. That's good. All right. That O&I hasn't fired yet. Oh, yep. There he is. All right. So O&I fired. You got the defender. All right. Now you're pushing up a little bit. All right. All right. There Artie gets on you. Defender's got on you. Okay. So let's see here. All right. So again, your angling is off. All right. So let's see if we can get where the defender's at and see if we can see what he sees. All right. Okay. So his gun is pretty much aiming right for your lower plate again, up right here. Okay. Had you again been side scraping, trying to hide that pike nose, he would have had less of a chance to really get any shots on you. They probably would have bounced. Okay. So again, it's just an angling issue up here. Okay. But here we go. All right. So you take care of the defender. And the O&I is down. Okay, so at this point, here's where I think your how not to push comes into play. All right, so let's take a look at this at the situation. All right, so we've got the O&I back here. We've got your Tiger over here, along with a TD. All right, your ISM is pushed in. And if he's smart, he's doing some good angling. You know, using that reverse turret. I think at this point you have two choices. Choice number one, head down here and take on the KV-4 by exposing your tank, okay? Because in this area right here, you're close. How do I say this? If you push up, okay, he's going to light you, which opens you up to TDs from here and here shooting at you, but mainly from here, or Artie having a good shot on you because you have absolutely nowhere to hide here. There's nowhere to hide. Okay, so you're opening yourself up to multiple different types of attack. Okay, if you fall down into the gully, into the lower level here with this ISM, you have you're in a little divot, so the TDs are less apt to hit you as long as you don't go up on the walls, all right, or up on the hills on either side. The KV-4 is above you, so you don't have to worry about gun depression at that point. You have the elevation, and you have your turret. All right, the turret in the T-10 is a very strong turret, so you're protecting your hull and that. So those are the two options that you have, or you say, hey, we pretty much won our flank, and I'm going to go back and help out and maybe, shoot in the middle, do something else. Okay, those are the three options. All right, so let's see. Here's what you do. All right, so Artie is over there. They just stunned the ISM. Your O&I is still not doing anything. He's not helping. All right, so you choose to push up. You're low on hit points. All right. And you're just pushing in. You're not going in slowly. You're just pushing in. All right. All right. So there already hits you. Takes you down to a one shot. You bounce the KV-4. The S-51 only gets 10 on you, which is kind of amazing. At this point, you're still looking off over here. All right. Had you again kept your target, your aim point on your target, what you're thinking about fighting, your gun would be pointing at him. Even though you're stunned, you would have gotten a shot off on him. Would it have done any damage? I don't know, and we won't know. All right, so like Wayne Gretzky always says, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. That's a shot you didn't take, and so we're never going to know. All right. So at this point, you made the choice to push forward. All right, what are your options at this point? Your options are fall back quickly, all right, or try and duck over here and get down into that gully, but that'll open you up to those TDs over here on the hill, which were last spotted over there, right? Or you can push up and get behind the corpse of this ONI, right? So ISM pushes up. All right. Now, if you had, okay, so just something to think about. That KV4 is moved where he can't shoot you either. All right. I mean, you can barely, just barely even see him. So he's given you an option to back out, to fall back. All right. So something to think about. ISM shoots and misses. You choose to charge in. All right. Again, your aim point is not really looking at him. All right. You could have tracked him. It was a tracking shot. All right. You might have been able to hit. Nope, you couldn't have, not with the gun there. So a tracking shot would have been the best you would have gotten. But you're loaded, you're ready, you're moving. All right. So again, not taking advantage of maybe the shot that you had. Okay. Not to mention that, moving this way, you're opening yourself up for shots coming through this little valley right here. Okay. You zag, already misses you but stuns you. Okay. At this point, again, your bloom's going to be wide. Okay. Your aim point is on him. You have him lit, obviously. Why your gun, it must be due to the stun, is why you're not on there. Okay, that's fine. You push in. I'm going to slow it down here. All right. Just because I think... Okay, so you obviously had the shot right there. Your gun is still not, because you're still stunned. Your gun's not there. But I think at this point, your best bet was to not keep going forward. Your best bet was probably to, I don't know, for all intents and purposes, maybe hold up. All right. He's swinging around trying to get a shot on you. You still are kind of down in the fact of you could use the corpse here. All right. Let's get back to it. ISM is down. You auto aim on him. Gun swings around. You take a shot. At this point, you've totally exposed yourself. All right. You've chosen to just basically YOLO. Totally exposed yourself. He's basically reloading. Your ONI is not helping. All right. And your Tiger 1 is not helping. All right. He fires and misses, and Waffle Tracker gets you. All right. So the how not to push, I think, is not really how not to push. I think it's you shouldn't have pushed that way. All right. So and I've done the same thing many a time. I have a E57 or an E75 video up on my site where I do exactly the same thing, and I just get tore up until I duck down into the hill here and basically go where the ISM is at. But I stay up here, and they just tear me up in my lower plate. Pushing down this road here or down this path is never going to work unless you've got some good crossfire coming this way to force them back even further. I generally, what I'll do is if I win the hill, I'll drop back down into this little gully here and work my way out that way, so I still have protection. Just some things to think about, and to ponder. Other than that, I think you played really well. I think there's a few little skill things to work on, but really well. I mean, a 4,000 damage game. I'm not sure if you guys ended up winning this battle. For all intents and purposes, based upon the numbers, you probably should have. Your TDs are doing a lot of camping. Your 34-3 he's doing some spotting. I don't know what your Artie's up to. If these two heavies would have pushed up and helped you, you might have been able to take the KV4 without having to waste so many hit points. Artie was definitely on you. They were doing what they were supposed to do, and that's take you out of the game. But all in all, I think you did really well. So just a few little things to work on, and that's it. So anyway, GAJohnnie in Malinovka, and a standard battle. Thank you for sending it in. Feel free to send in more. If you liked it, hit the like button, and we'll catch you later. Bonsai Duck out.